Let's tell our listening audience what a biofilm is, okay?
Okay, in this case, it's a uh, bacterial community of bacterial cells, and these bacterial cells
Now, it could
produce
be more than bacteria, though. It could be bacteria, funguses, yeast,
any of these organisms.
parasites. I mean, it
Yeah,
could be a whole different kind of microorganisms, right?
yeah, yeast,
Okay.
mold,
All
and
all living in under one roof.
so in this case, we're just looking at Marcons, which is a gram-positive bacteria, and these bacteria produce this polymeric matrix. Back in the early literature in the 80s, the studies would call it slime because it's a sticky consistency. All right. And they produce this and then they develop into communities. And I've observed this under the microscope. Really interesting.
So this let's summarize this, okay?
Yep.
So the bacteria, the staph bacteria, produces this slime, which is the
Yep.
biofilm,
Which
right?
is the biofilm.
And inside that slime is a whole bunch of host of different microorganisms, and that's kind of like it's like a roof over their head to protect them from the outside, correct?
Exactly. And what it does is it prevents the immune system from successfully attacking the bacteria or whatever the other organisms might be.
Mm-hmm,
And
mm-hmm.
it prevents antibiotics from penetrating through that sticky material where they're all clumped together.
Mm-hmm,
Now,
mm-hmm.
I did some experiments with this where I took Marcons and I took a certain amount of bacteria and I grew it in a nutrient broth at 37 degrees overnight, took it out, mixed it. It was all cloudy because the bacteria grew. And I took a drop, put it on a microscope, did a wet mount. And what I saw in the field were these clumps like this. I mean, it was really, really very interesting to actually see it in the flesh, so to speak. So they stick together in big groups.
Like communities,
Like communities, exactly right. And what makes them important is you have to know how to break through the biofilm to kill the bacteria. Everybody knows what an M&M is, okay? Think of holding an M&M in your between your fingers, and it has this hard coating, and then inside is the chocolate. Well, think of the bacteria as the chocolate, and that shell that's covering it is this sticky slime that brings them all together, and it prevents the antibiotics to penetrate through, and it prevents the immune system, the immune cells, when they attack it, they get stuck, and they can't actively kill these bacteria. So in order to kill them, it's important to have something that can break through the biofilm and then kill the bacteria.